How's it going, everybody? I am on my way to meet up with my good buddy Jacob Davis, and we are going to tear into this 440 for the Dodge Charger I've got, the 70 Charger, building it to be a great driver and cannonball car. He's on his way over, and we're going to dig into this thing, see what's going on with the engine, make sure that it is in fact salvageable the way that I think it is. We're going to tear into it and put a plan together of kind of how we're going to attack this thing, and it should be a lot of fun. All right, we're taking our first rod cap loose. Well, if I can keep from dying in the process.
Yeah, and if it'll come off. It's been on there for
50 years.
50 years.
You're doing great.
It's definitely moving a little bit. It's just not coming up. I might need a little screwdriver.
To be determined. Pretty nifty. They've got these little stars that you line up on this. That's freedom. And we're up.
So the bearing stayed on there. That's not your bearing surface. You'd be in trouble if it looked like that. Of course, I can't get that out either.
It's floating in oil.
That is a good sign, yeah. It's not dry on there. When I showed up, he had already cleaned the bottom end, and I was like, is this what it looked like when you pulled it apart? I was like, there's no oil anywhere. That looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Going back together, Asphalt Anarchy style.
Yeah, we might check one more, but that's pretty solid. I mean, you don't see any of the copper back through it. You just see bearing material.
No,
so
that looks like a 30,000 mile motorhome right there.
Ah, that's solid. Might make, 7.5 to 1 compression, but at least it has good bearings.
That's right.
Details. I might put some assembly lube on that.
All right, we're locking it down at 47. Jacob looked it up, and the options are 45 for a standard and 50 for heavy duty. So we figure this is somewhere in between because I have no idea which it is.
47. Oh, that sounds good to me. Doesn't need to be an exact science when it's an old school big block. It'll be fine. I just don't know how much I trust my Harbor Freight torque wrench.
It looks like more.
I don't think it's more, but I want to put it on another bolt. Feel it out.
Yeah, probably not another rod bolt, huh? 45. 47's the magic number here.
Was I that close with my calibrated elbow? I mean, that was pretty spot on. If it spins a little more and then gets to 47, it spun a little. Yeah, man, I was like spot on.
All right, we're gonna rotate this thing over, check one more, and then start going back together with it. I mean, it's basically brand new.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. It might only make 112 horsepower, but
at least
it'll run good.
To run good, first it must run.
Yeah.
You got another problem, child?
A little bit.
Great.
Yeah, we broke one bolt off on the water pump, but the thing's coming apart all right for the most part. We already got one head off, and everything looks pretty good in there, other than the fact that these pistons are like 1/8 of an inch in the hole when they're at the top of their cycle.
You can kind of see this gap right here.
Yeah.
All that gap is robbing us of compression.
Yeah, this thing's going to be a pig.
It's going to be real bad, but there's very little ridge right here, which is an indication of wear or lack of wear, which is good.
There's actually a tiny bit of crosshatch in a couple of them.
Just maybe in this one where you can't really see.
You might need a catch can. It'll be fine.
A little bit of rust in the top of this one, but overall pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna pull the second head off.
I think it's ready to go. So these things weigh so much. I mean, they've got to be 50, 60 pounds.
Watch Jacob be strong.
Strong-ish. Ooh, that one's full of oil.
Well, it's been upside down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at the size of those
combustion
chambers.
Now you're full of oil.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's not good. Look at how big those combustion chambers are, though. So putting a head with a smaller chamber on it is going to help a lot for this engine.
Yeah, the giant combustion chamber and the fact the piston's in the hole.
Not a good combo. This is probably a 7.5 to 1 motor.
Yeah, they are flat top pistons.
Yeah, that's true. So if you put an aluminum head with a small chamber on it, not only will it run cooler, but man, it'll wake this thing up a lot.
It's a flat top piston with no need for valve relief.
No. It's not bad though. I mean, it's actually a pretty decent motor
That
inside.
one's full of oil.
Yeah, he had this motor sitting upside down for a couple days, and
Here, let's
that's what happens.
watch it puke.
Here, I got you. You can film it while I spin it. I'm going the wrong way.
It'll get there eventually.
Oh, I went past the drain pan.
It's all right.
See, it won't even get it all out because it doesn't go over.
Yeah.
But overall, I think you got a decent motor.
It's definitely the best of the 3 that I've had so far.
Yeah, it's a little bit less of a boat anchor.
Yeah, we're gonna get some goodies from Comp and Edelbrock and make this thing pretty sweet, but so far so good. All right, so broke a few bolts off in this thing. I had to weld. Are we on our 3rd nut or 4th nut now? 3rd nut on one of the water pump bolts. All right.
Why don't you take it out by hand there or something?
You know, I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass.
So that's one down. The other one has a lot more meat sticking out of it, so I think we'll be in business.
The meats.
The meats. This motor does not have them.
You might be able to actually put 2 nuts on that one and get it off.
Here, you could use this nut. Yeah, so a few of the things that have been, you know, something that's supposed to be easy have been really difficult, but the balancer, which is supposed to be one of the harder things to take off, is just coming right off. You got to take the small victories.
Yeah, the things that are supposed to be easy are hard, and things that are supposed to be hard are easy. Sounds like the life of Mopar.
Yeah, it's the Mopar life for sure. But got this thing pretty much stripped down. All that we have left to take out of it is the cam and timing set, really, and then it's a bare block.
Factory key.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
That's pretty sweet.
Chevy didn't seem to care about that. Mopar knew that 7.5 to 1 compression needed to be
Yeah.
contained.
Ready for blower.
Yep, it's coming apart though. Looking pretty good.
All right, so ton of progress today. Got that engine torn down, figured out there's really nothing wrong with it. Gonna get some good go fast parts from Edelbrock and Comp and a few other things. Got new oil pump, fuel pump block off, and some other things like that we gotta get done. And then we're gonna get this thing on the ground here very shortly, I promise. So we're gonna get to work on the actual car before too long, but gotta get the engine finished up first so we can stab it in here, get the transmission in. I haven't even shown you what we've got for that, but coming soon. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.